science, social climate change.
Just calm down.
Yeah, like, cause you don't really even know your great grandparents, like talking about, like you know them, but you don't really.
I know my great grandma. Like I hang out with her at the mall, man.
Oh shit.
I've never met my great.
I
My great grandma's still alive.
I talked to her on the phone.
Okay,
She's
yeah.
105.
Shit.
It was.
How'd you try to do it?
So the first time I tried to overdose with my insulin because I'm diabetic.
Oh god.
Yeah, so
Isn't
I tried
that painful?
No, and so I have an insulin pump, which is a fail-safe on it. So I can't give myself more than a certain amount of insulin because it can cause a seizure, which
no.
people don't want. So I have syringes, and I used about a whole bottle of insulin, which is about a month's worth, in like a 5-minute period. I just kept giving it to myself, trying to induce the seizure.
Jeez.
Yeah.
Did it work?
No. My little sister was there. She walked in, didn't know what was happening. Like, got my dad, who saw what was happening. Was
Why,
like,
were you like passing out or something? Or were you like
she just
angry?
didn't know what I was doing.
And you were
I wouldn't
obviously
tell her.
doing something.
Yeah, so she went and got my dad. Because if I was 15, she was like 7, I think, the first time. So she didn't know what was happening.
That's pretty crazy.
Yeah.
And your dad came in and was like, what the fuck?
Yeah. And like called my doctor. It was like, how do we stop this? Force fed me a bunch of candy and like went to the hospital.
Force fed you? Oh, because you have to counteract it.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
So that I wouldn't have a seizure. And then, so I was having a lot of problems with like anxiety and depression. So they put me on these really powerful sleep meds because I couldn't sleep. I wasn't sleeping, I wasn't eating. And so the second time, that was the third time. What happened the second time? I think the second time was me just not threatening, but going up to my mom and being like, I'm afraid I'm gonna do something. So they just put me in the hospital. Then the third time was, I took 2 bottles worth of sleep meds that I had saved up all at once.
You saved them up for that reason?
Yeah. And that was the worst. That was when I came closest to it actually working.
Were people in the house every time that you tried?
Yeah.
What were you saying?
Well, the third time was like late at night. Everyone was asleep. I didn't know what to do. And I texted one of my friends and I was just like, I love you. Like, I'm sorry. And that was it. And they started freaking out. And they're actually the ones that called the cops.
That's good.
Yeah. And that was the worst. Like, I remember being on the gurney and then wheeling me into the hospital. And I kept, like, dozing off and falling asleep because I remember I counted them beforehand because when you get to the hospital, they always ask you, like, what was it? How much did you take? So that if for some reason I did get to the hospital or I did regret it after I did it, I'd know what had happened. You know what I mean?
So you would remember what happened?
I took 62 sleep pills.
Oh my god. Prescription strength.
Yeah, like big ones.
That's not good.
No. And
Why were you feeling so upset?
No, I don't know. It's kind of just like ingrained. You know what I mean? Like it's a genetic thing, but it's also like I have a lot of problems. Like all my health problems, they're so hard to deal with.
The diabetic stuff?
Mainly, yeah. I can't do a lot of things other people can do. Like it affects.
Like what?
Well, even just like the clothes I wear. Like I can't wear my work jeans. I can't wear those out because they're...
Yeah, because you have that thing plugged into your freaking side.
See, like these are loose, so it doesn't matter.
No, I can't
top.
imagine. That's literally
There's
like a needle in you.
In this one. There's a plastic tube back here and a metal tube right here.
And so wait, it's sticking you right now.
Yeah. And like I can't feel it because this doesn't put a lot of pressure on it. But like my work jeans, so I can't bend over. If I drop something at work, I have to get someone else to pick it up. Like people think I'm being lazy, but I literally can't bend over.
No one thinks that you're being lazy. That's one thing that no one thinks of you as.
Well, I'm saying like when I drop something, I'm like, can you pick that up? People are like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I literally can't.
Chad does that a lot. I don't know.
I don't know. Well,
but anyway.
that's what I'm saying. I don't want to be.
No, but Chad's cool. But I'm just saying, like,
Someone
I
once
never.
called me the new Chad, man. Like,
I've been called the new Chad, and I'm like, I'm not that high.
Nothing against
like,
Chad, but like.
I'm not that smacked all the time. Just most of the time. No, I'm kidding.
No, but like, I told you I'm a people pleaser. I feel the need to be liked.
And
So
you didn't feel liked in high school.
it's not even that. It's just I felt alone. Do you know what I mean? Like,
Didn't
girls
you-
are mean in high school.
Yeah, I know. My sister told me all about that.
Girls are mean.
They are mean. It's kind of. Do you think that it's like? Do you think they're just mean inherently, or do you think it's a little bit of because of the patriarch society where it's like forces women to be a certain kind of way? You have to be a certain thing.
Well, like, my main mean girl in high school grew up with, like, she was 4 out of 5 kids. She had one younger brother. And, I'm gonna split that.
Oh, yeah, okay.
But she was 4 out of 5, so she had one younger brother. Her older sister, which was the second, so it was her brother Aaron, and then Amanda, and then, what was the other one's name? And then Andrew. And then
Okay,
Anna
wait,
Rebecca.
you're naming your bullies like
No. This is like my bully story.
you bullied. Wait, you saying? Wait, what?
Oh my god. The girl I punched in high school.
The girl you punched and
My
got.
bully.
Oh, okay.
Her name was Anna Rebecca.
Fucking bitch.
Yeah. Her older sister had a bunch of drug problems, was in jail. Her family had 5 kids. Her mom got married when she was 17. Like, they had a lot of money, but her home life wasn't.
Happy.
Like, she had a lot of stuff. Like, her parents loved her. But I think she just wanted attention. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
She had.
It's like rich kids who steal.
Exactly. Like, she had 4 siblings, and then her sister had a baby while she was in jail, so her parents also took care of that baby.
Jesus.
So she had responsibility at home with, like, her younger brother and her nephew.
So, how do you know so much about your bully's life?
We were best friends.
And then she became a bully.
Turned on me. Yeah.
How
One
old were
day.
you?
This was after this. I think this was late sophomore, early junior year. I can't remember which one. But this is my ending with the white girls. Is what I call them.
What does that even mean?
The white girl group that I was friends with.
Oh, you're like, fuck white people.
No.
No, I hear what you're
That's
saying.
just what I call
get
the
it.
group when I'm talking about them. They're the white girls.
No, I mean, you know exactly, yeah.
Yeah. But
Anyway.
is that my phone? But
Whatever, what were you saying?
So we were really good friends, and then one day, like, all my friends started texting me and were like, this random number called me and told me to stop talking to you, that you were a terrible person, and that you did A, B, and C. And I mean, like, a bunch of friends texted me and told me this. They were getting, like, she was making fake accounts on Instagram and stuff to leave mean comments.
Oh my
Like,
gosh. She was almost, that sounds obsessive.
Yeah, it was terrible. And then one day, so it was me, Becca, and Danielle. Becca's the girl that I punched.
And that's your also old best friend.
Yeah, and Danielle was my best friend. It was like the 3 of us together all the time.
Yeah.
And Danielle's family was actually in the process of adopting me.
Oh my
at this
god.
point.
What
But
the fuck?
somehow-
You
yeah,
have anyway, alright.
It didn't have a great home life growing up. But, so Danielle one day, we found out who it was. She was like, it was Becca calling all these people.
It was, yeah.
And so I confronted her and I was like, you know, what the fuck? And she was just like, well, I don't like you, whatever. So I just stopped talking to her. After that,
If only it was that simple, you could just not like someone, just not, alright,
yeah.
fine.
So I tried to be the bigger person. Like, I stopped talking to her. Like, I stayed friends with Danielle and all her other friends. But then
Yeah.
this other girl turned on me too, the 2 of them. One of them keyed my car. One of them followed me home, which is like, you know where I live, so why are you going to follow me home from school? You know
Follow
what I
you
mean?
home, just like
I
threatening,
think
trying to act
intimidate.
like we're gonna do something.
Yeah,
It's weird.
yeah, so that scared me. Like, I
Were
was
they
afraid I
big
was going to
girls?
get... Well, I mean, I'm 4'11".
It's also like, what the fuck? That's like strange behavior.
Yeah, man. I was literally like, we went to the cops and we're like, my car got keyed. Like, the school wouldn't do anything, went to the principal or whatever.
These are the white girls.
Yeah. And I was like,
Not that that's important, but
no, that's just what I call their group. I didn't know what to do.
so what
It was
happened?
terrible.
So you punched her.
Yeah, so we finally, my parents wouldn't give up on the school because I was coming home in tears. Like, I already had problems with depression and anxiety.
This is like
I'd
middle
already
school
tried
or
to kill
freshman
myself
year?
twice before this.
Okay, so this is your junior year.
Yeah, I think it was junior year. And then, so all that happened, and so they decided the best thing to do, instead of, like, getting her in trouble or anything,
They made you square up?
they put us, okay, so it was their conference room in the office.
You punched her in. Okay, I'm sorry. Keep going.
So it was this long table, and they put us each at one end, so we were far away from each other.
Yeah.
They put one of the big ass football coaches in the middle on one side, in case anything happened. Like, I remember going into that day, I wore this tiny little dress. I was like, I'm not gonna do anything. I was like, this is gonna stop me. Like, I'm not gonna expose myself in the hallway or anything, in case I jump her.
Yeah.
And
That's funny.
he said something. He was like, you know, no one's gonna get in trouble for this, because I did retaliate a little bit, just like calling her a bitch and stuff to her face after school wouldn't do anything. And so it wasn't really, they couldn't call it bullying anymore since I had gone and done something to her.
Yeah.
So they were like, no one's gonna get in trouble, you know, blah, 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 whatever. And she just gave me this look, like, I won. Huh, you know, whatever. So I jumped over the table, I punched her on her cheekbone so hard that her chair fell over into the wall, like into the corner.
And then her head hit the wall.
Yeah, so she had this big ass bruise on her face. It wasn't a black eye, because it was like right under
On her
her
cheek.
eye. But she fell over, and I tried to jump over the table to get on top of her.
Jeez.
And I remember the football coach coming up behind me, and he put one hand on each of my shoulders like this, and then just picked me up, carried me into
Like
the
an
main
Oompa Loompa.
office, and like threw me down in a chair and was like, "You're gonna sit there." I was like, "No." He was like, "You're gonna sit there," and walked away. And I'm straight A student, like top 10% of my class. I'm a good kid. I never get in trouble, so I sat there,
Yeah.
did whatever, and I saw them rush her out with her stuff down past the other way of the office, because our
Jeez.
office wrapped around.
Yeah.
So I saw them rush her out the other way. Man, it felt so good.
Did you get in trouble?
Oh yeah, I got suspended.
Oh shit.
But then my mom called my therapist to tell her what had happened. I think we needed to schedule something for that day.
Mm-hmm.
So it was intensive in-home therapy. So whenever I got like that, she would come to my house on top of the 8 hours a week. And so she came over and was like, well, you told her. You told your mom, you told your dad, you told me you were going to punch her if she said something. And you punched her. That felt so good, man.
And so she was kind of
She
just
backed
like,
me up,
yeah.
She was like, you shouldn't punch people, but you warned us, and they still went ahead and did that. And I was like, yeah. It's like, I didn't do it. I mean, it was kind of spur of the moment.
But still, I mean, you did what you said you were gonna do.
Exactly. It's not like it came out of nowhere. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Which it kind of did to everyone else, because I'm not a violent person.
I'm not either.
At
I'm
all.
not violent, but I feel like if someone's fucking with you, like I feel like you're the type of person who would do really well if someone's fucking with you, you can fuck with them harder. But since you are like an inherently good person, if you're on the offense, it's not gonna end good. Like if you're being the
I've
antagonizer.
never been on the offense, no.
Yeah, no, like
That's what we were
same.
talking about yesterday.
It never works out for me either. God, in high school there was this crazy shit that happened. There was this girl that I think they were fighting over some guy, and I heard that this was gonna go down. No, actually, I didn't. I had no idea what was going on, but I just saw all these people started gathering because they heard something was going down apparently, and I just was walking, and her name was Alexis. She was
Lord.
she's big redhead. She was pretty. She's a pretty like girl. She's in the Marines, and she's just like she was crazy though. Like she was a fucking
A lot of
badass.
us are, yeah.
And like she was crazy, and like she just goes up to the girl. I don't even think they said the girl was not ready. Like I'm gonna not say the other girl's name, but like she was not ready. She just looked at her, had no, and you know it's just like some girls are so thrown off when a girl's physical with them because they've never felt that,
Yeah.
and so they just that sounds like just jarring.
No, yeah. For the next week, Becca told everyone I lightly slapped her, and I was like, "That's a big ass bruise on your face." I was like, "That
For a
took
slap.
yeah."
This girl just goes up to her. I think she gave her a look, and Alexis takes her head and just slams it in a locker. Her face, literally, just in a locker. And I don't even think that was the end of it. Like, then she just walked away. But it was like a big ass thing, and I saw that. Like, I just turned at the right moment, looked, and bam, in the locker. The girl literally had to wear a faceplate for like a month.
Shit. So the high school I went to so it's in Lakeside. So it's like a lot of people see it and like think it's this cute little area, but it's full of like drug dealers and like
Such is
Like,
life.
it's like the
But I hear you.
it's like the high end ghetto is the low end of Lakeside. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know kind of what I'm saying?
I mean, it sounds middle class as hell. That's exactly what.
Yeah, but like I remember, I think algebra 2. So I think I was a sophomore maybe. my 4th period, my math teacher was the football coach, like the main varsity.
The one who picked you up and
No, that was like one of the other footballs. Because we had, you have the freshman team, the JV, and varsity, whatever. But he was my 4th period teacher, and there would always break out a fight between 3rd and 4th block, and I just.
there was a fight like every day.
There were more than multiple fights every day. I have videos on my phone still because I think they're funny. I have this one with my friend in the video, anyways. But I remember just always walking in and being like, Coach Kane, there's another fight in the English hall, and he'd just be like, again. You just like walk out because he just had that power. He was the football coach, big dude.
Yeah, no, it's a responsibility.
But like our school, so we had a humanities center in it, so it was all like the art kids, you know what I mean? And then it was
That's where I would be chilling probably.
It was like a bunch of ghetto girls.
Hell
you know
yeah.
what I mean?
Ghetto girls and art kids.
It was a weird mix. It really was. And like I was in a lot of humanities classes because I fit in more with that side than the other side. And I mean, all high schools are a mix. Like
I'm like every single fucking high school clique rolled into one. Like I didn't fit in anywhere. I would be an amoeba, and it wasn't like it was just I'd be where, and then I would hang out with my misfits. I liked hanging out with my misfits. That's who I
still have so many.
Really, it was just
friends
two best
from high
friends.
school,
I just had 2 best friends, and that's all I needed, and I could just weave in and out of being acquaintances with everyone else.
Well, that's up until like sophomore, junior year. I tried really hard to fit in with these white girls because I wanted them to like me.
Mm-hmm.
The white girls. So I tried to like dress in Aeropostale, my skinny jeans, you know what I mean? But after they dropped me, I made so many friends. Like I had so many groups I went through. I went through with like the druggies, the skater boys. We'd go to Short Pump Mall, go to Zoomies, and
do whippets. No, I'm kidding. Oh, steal. Yeah, that's what me and my friends did at first.
I was a huge kleptomaniac all my life until just a couple of years ago.
What would you steal?
Anything. I'd walk into Target, walk out with a hat on my head. Just wanted this Star Wars beanie. You know what I mean?
We would steal like cologne samples of some good ass cologne.
Exactly.
Armani Code is the best.
It gave me like a rush without drugs. You know
it was
what
the
I mean?
rich kid rush though too, because not really rich. I know that you weren't a rich kid, but it's like, and if you have the means, it's like, but when you're young, you don't have the means, I guess.
Well, like I said, I
it is
grew
a
up.
rush.
I did not have a great home life. Like I didn't know my dad until I was 8, and after then he tried to like buy my love.
Yeah.
From when I was like 12 on, because that's when I started like living with him and spending time with him. But it wasn't that because I didn't have anything before that. You know what I mean? Like I sent my family into bankruptcy when I was 8.
Because of what?
So there was this online website. You can get those like premium accounts and stuff.
What the fuck?
And I wanted this like premium account on this website, so I took my mom's credit card. And when I didn't think of it as like stealing or anything.
How much money?
It was probably like, I don't know.
What did you buy?
Just one of those premium accounts on a website.
What website?
Like
I don't get it.
I don't know, it was some like Second Life type thing. You know what I mean?
Oh my god.
And like I didn't know it was bad. I didn't know
Like
that
Club Penguin? You spent all your money on Club Penguin?
It wasn't Club Penguin, but it was Club Penguin-esque.
Oh my god.
Like I didn't realize it at the time, but that's what sent my mom into bankruptcy. Like we lost our house from that.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
You spent that much? Or did someone steal your account?
No, it was just like she didn't have.
You just bought a whole lot of coins.
It was maybe like I spent like $30 and she had 20 in her account type thing. I didn't know that. I was 8. Like I didn't know what I was doing was wrong.
Yeah.
I didn't know that like there would be that much
Repercussion.
Yeah, and like my sister was born when I was 8. She was really little still. So my mom had a baby. She was by herself, single mom. She had a kid with all these health problems.
God.
Like I cost a lot of money, just my health problems
No,
in general.
I get it.
Like I'm in the hospital every 6 months. That shit's expensive.
Yeah, my mom had cancer and like that. It is expensive.
It is. I lived in Maine for 2 months and I still owe like $2,000 just for the ambulance rides from when I was there.
Jesus.
Not even the hospital stays. 2 ambulance rides. I owe $2,000.
Do you think that had anything to do with why you like were upset and like wanted to kill yourself?
Oh, for sure. Like I'm expensive. I felt like a burden.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's one reason for sure. It's
That's
a lot
terrible.
of reasons.
But
It's a lot of little things building up. And like it sounds stupid if I list 3 little things. I'm like, that's why I tried to kill myself. And people are like, well, that's stupid. It's like it's not just those 3 little things. It's
No, it's
300
everything.
little things that build up. And they all sound stupid when you just say like, I'm lonely. You know what I mean? Like I don't feel like I have any friends. People are like, that's not a reason to kill yourself. It's like it's not just
yeah,
that.
it's the loneliness that
On
it's
top of everything else.
yeah. It's like I get that. I get that. I guess I don't know. I don't.
It's hard to understand if you've never been in that position.
I've never felt like doing that. I really, I don't know. I
Which
feel
is
weird.
good, and it's not like
I thought about it, the idea of it, and you know what I always like to say? It's like emo kids are, they seem sad and they seem upset, but they all, like, the reason is they're all actually secretly happy to be there.
that's. I think one of the reasons why I texted my friend that one time was like, I don't know if I texted you. I found my journal from one of the mental hospitals I was in.
Jeez, you found it?
And it was like, because they made us do these stupid things every day. Like, it was like class. And so they'd make us write these questions, then answer them. And then they just like check it to say we did it, like grade them, you know, quote unquote or whatever. But it was just like, what makes you happy? Why were you upset? What should you do when you're angry? Shit like that.
Mm-hmm.
But then, like, on our own time, they let us, like, draw on it or write it, whatever. And I found one of the cards. This was before I read, you know, the book 13 Reasons Why.
Yeah.
This was even
That
before
was a
I read
book?
that, before that was big. Yeah. I've never seen the show. I read the book. It was big for me.
Yeah.
But before that, I wrote cards to the people that I, like, wanted to know that it wasn't their fault. You know what I mean? Like, the opposite.
A suicide letter.
Yeah. But I put them on note cards
Mm-hmm.
so that if someone found them, they could give this one to Silas, give this one to Danielle.
Oh,
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I found one of them in that book. And just reading it, like,
Was it two of your best friend that you texted that night?
no, that one was two.
Which one did you find?
So that book was from the first time I tried to kill myself.
Which
And,
note did you find, though? Or all of them? You found all the
No, I
notes?
just found the one to the guy. I guess we were dating, so what happened, we were dating, this is my sophomore year, yeah. And I broke up with him because I thought it would hurt less if I killed myself while we were broken up. Like, that's why I broke up with him, was so I could cut ties.
Do you ever think that you wanted attention from it?
No, and I think a lot of people, that's one of the reasons I hated the white girls so much, because they talked about, like, how depressed they were all the time. They did it for attention. I didn't talk about it, and that's why it came as such a surprise to everyone. Like, people didn't know I was depressed. It's really easy to fake a smile.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, my parents were so surprised the first time.
But I mean, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know, actually. It sounds like you're... Yeah, overdosing on insulin is definitely a serious
No,
way
my
to go.
dad was not there because I was babysitting my sister.
What do you mean? That first time?
Yeah, so the second time, okay, what happened? The third time was with the pills. The second time was the one where my sister...
There was a threat, you said, the second time you
Yeah,
told
no, the
your mom.
second time I was at my mom's house. The first time I was babysitting my sister. That was the one with the insulin. No, my dad wasn't there, so I actually called my boyfriend that I had broken up with.
And you were like, this is about to go down?
Yeah.
Oh, so you didn't call
babysit
your
my
best friend, you
sister.
called... He called the cops?
The third time I called my best friend, she called the cops.
I'm
The
very
first
confused
time,
with all of this, I gotta be
I
honest.
know.
Anyway,
I think I'm misremembering.
I think we gotta end this pod.
Yeah, that's fine.
Alright, peace out.
Wait, now I'm trying to